So, what's up, guys? Welcome to another interview, another Skype call. I've not done one for a while, so and it's good to be doing another one again. So, what I'll be doing is I'm going to be interviewing Rawkus Redz, the guys from Rawkus Redz. So, how you guys all doing then?
We're good, thank you. Yeah.
Good stuff. And so you obviously George and Jamie on the call in the moment. So what's it you guys play then?
I'm the guitar. George is singer and also guitar.
Lead singer and guitarist. Yes.
He can do both. It's quite annoying.
Good stuff.
Neither of us really play. There's no like assignment of like lead guitar, or we just both do guitar because we constantly fight solos. So you know, to the point where we don't even do solos anymore. So
no, we just got rid of them because it was too much like just hassle to try and decide who was going to do it.
So it's just living them most of the time then, not fighting over like all the brass bands that do all that stuff as well. They fight the solos and that.
If I can't play the solos, then neither of us can.
Yeah, that's basically how it works.
I think maybe like Devil Driver, they don't do solos as much and that, so maybe something like that. A band like Devil Driver, I think they don't do very many solos in their music. So constantly fighting over who's going to do it and that as well. That's the thing.
Rock music nowadays, you don't really see many guitar solos, so it's more kind of rhythm based.
Don't really seem to like care much about. I mean, before in the days of like sort of I guess the the cock rock era and you know what I mean though, the sort of music and to an extent, I mean, a lot of the new wave of American and heavy metal bands were that it was all solos and stuff, but now it's all showmanship and sort of and when people listen to music, it's like people are less bothered about whether there's a guitar solo in, it's, I mean, sometimes, it depends on the I guess the kind of audience you're aiming for. But we don't really bother with that. We just kind of want to get to, we like this, kind of our songwriting is kind of, it revolves less around guitar solos and sort of virtuoso playing, but yeah, it's
we just write music people can dance to, basically.
Yeah.
Metal
that you can, I mean, does that exist? Metal that you can dance to? I mean, we are more of a rock band than a metal band, but we have metal elements in there, so I guess.
Yeah, you got that kind of dancey beat in there and Fat Cats as well, I hear. So I can kind of hear that you got this sort of dancey sort of sound going along, and so it's like back in the 80s or something as well. And guitar solos kind of its forefront, I guess. Lots of bands are doing a lot of guitar solos, like Graham, Thrash, and heavy metal bands pretty much. I think that was when solos were kind of popular.
Yeah.
And that. I mean, just paused then, guys.
And then everyone like down tuned to like drop Q.
And then
sorry, I didn't catch that, guys. And I think my thing went down. But it was back in the 80s when everything was popular, the solos and that.
Yeah. And then it kind of
and everybody was doing them pretty much. And then when there's this like modern bands, they just play rhythm and that, and
everyone started down tuning, and the strings became too thick to bend the frigging notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it seems maybe a lot more metal music nowadays is quite easy to write as well and to go on with as well.
Yeah.
I mean, us as a band, a couple of years ago, we didn't do any solos. Well, I didn't do any solos in my song that I did. This is what our band played at a gig, and there was a original song, and we didn't do any solos, so it was one I just came up with. So I can see it's just the bass line of the music is kind of the way it wants to go. You get what you just come along and do the bass like the the rhythm of the song, and then if you wanted to do a solo on that, then you can add that and maybe later on a song or something. I don't know, but something like that.
Well,
Just get that.
Like if the song like requires a solo, we'll add one in, but like we won't just sort of add one in for the sake of it.
Yeah. Because when you're writing solos, you have to kind of have a part of the song which is like dedicated to a guitar.
Yeah.
It's like, well, if does the song really need it, or is it just kind of being shoved in there for the sake of it?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I seem to be. I'm kind of at the moment. I think we're kind of when we write songs. We are a rock band, and it's important that it's like, that's that it has those sort of components, because we write riffs and stuff. But I think, isn't it fair to say, Jamie, that we kind of treat guitars as more of a texture?
Yeah.
They're like a main component. I mean, of course they're a main component because we're a rock band, but they're kind of more of a it's not it's kind of the difference between Rammstein and Yngwie Malmsteen.
Yeah, like yeah, definitely.
That's all very, it's all virtuoso playing. It's very good playing, but then Rammstein come along and they just we go chug chug,
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
But which is also cool, in its own way. So it's like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely more of a texture than yeah.
Yeah, they just come along and they sing all German as well, so very much. And they should do it like English or something as well.
Yeah.
I remember it was brilliant, because it's like the first time listening to Rammstein, it's like, I have no idea what the fuck they're saying, but it sounds awesome.
Yeah, I think it definitely is awesome when you hear it as well, like Die Horst and that as well, like Die Horst, and it was one of their sort of biggest tracks, and it sounds really cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's got that sort of industrial sort of driving beat to it as well. It's kind of like
that sort of industrial sound has definitely played sort of kind of a big part in our music, but we've sort of just made it, I guess, dancier.
That's kind of where the middle ground was, really, because I was into a lot of I was into I like all sorts of music. I'm into classic rock, metal. I mean, some pop music as well, and dance music as well. Some of it, not all of it, but But where we found that, because I was a Rammstein fan, and Jamie was into like Guns N' Roses and stuff, still is really. But the middle ground was sort of it was that you liked Marilyn Manson and Rob Zombie and
so we
that
kind
sort of thing.
Yeah,
that's all very industrial as well. So it's like we were both we understood the importance of the guitar riff and the and the beat,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think that's why we were
playing in 4/4.
4/4, not like 3/4 and then going to 6/8 or something. That's just
not that we're knocking like irregular time signatures, but we just can't be arsed with it.
It's too hard. It's too hard to do.
Ain't nobody gonna shake that booty to 7/8.
Yeah.
Some bands just come out there and they have like odd beats and that they can just change the time signature, and then it just gets so different.
The only band that I know I've kind of managed to sort of pull it off is Issues.
Issues are good at. They're good at the old putting the odd bar in.
Yeah, they use weird time signatures, and it still like sounds pretty cool, and you can move to it and stuff like that. So yeah.
I think there's a song by when I was introduced to Dream Theater. It was their Systematic Chaos album, and they had a song that was written in. I think there was it's not whole song's not written in this. I think it's the second track on that album. I can't remember what it's called. It's in the present. I can't remember, but that's in 13/8, I think, or something daft. It's like, it sounds good, but why?
Yeah.
Why? Why? Why would you make me count 13 fucking? I don't know. Yeah.
Quite insane.
It sounded good. That was when I say that it was. I mean, They've not had anything. I mean, their new stuff's all right, but it's like, you know, that when Mike Portnoy was in the band, that was when they were at their peak. So they made that sound. They made it sound good. So
Yeah.
Yeah, Dream Theater are pretty much one of the kings of the prog metal scene as well. Like they're pretty big.
Well, they're kind of the cornerstone, aren't they? Really, of
yeah.
If you talk to anyone about like prog metal or anything, the name Dream Theater comes up in the conversation.
Yeah. Like Opeth as well. They're pretty much a big band as well in the prog. But they're like death metal in the early days. Like they were pretty good at death metal. Like their sort of Blackwater Park album was pretty much really sick as well. It's one of my favourites.
Yeah.
We need to add some death metal into our songs, George. I think
That'd be cool. Dancing Beats in it as well. Then
find someone who can do death metal. I mean, I can.
I can speak.
We didn't play in a death metal band, obviously. I mean, we were kind of like thrashy. We played like Metallica covers, so
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a thrash nerd, and if you call me, I like lots of thrash.
Yeah.
So you might hear like the odd thrash song getting played in my metal show, of course.
A little bit.
Of course. Talking about Sam Radio. Yeah, I played in Fat Cats as well on one of the shows a few weeks back. So you might have heard that one. And then I think I said on the show that you maybe caught it, and it sounds like Listen Light meets In Frames or something.
I mean, it was a bit like when it first got, when I listened to that show on playback on Mixcloud, and I'm listening to all the bands, and there were some really fucking awesome choices of music on there. It was a bit like, are we gonna sound out of place?
Yeah, because we've got bands than ours.
Yeah, there's plenty of bands.
Like, are we imposters to this radio show? It's like, are we qualified to be on this radio show? No, I'm glad that people are digging it.
Yeah. I've been doing it for like 5. I've been doing it for like 3 years now.
That's
the
great.
show,
Yeah.
Sam Radio's, and it's basically autistic spectrum radio station.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah.
Autism radio presenters like myself, of course.
Yeah. That's awesome.
It's the world's first radio station, I believe. It's actually on that spectrum, so every radio presenter has autism.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's very cool. And I'll say, and I bring you the metal show, Sam Radio Metal Show. It's his, of course, dedicated to a lot of bands from around the globe. Lots of local bands, like obviously like Cells, and some of my homies get played in the show as well.
Oh, nice, that's awesome.
So of course I got a band from then.
Yeah.
It's one of my homies, Mindset of Threat, and on today. That's one of my homie band that they're not longer active anymore, unfortunately. They were a sort of metalcore band. They were really, really good when they played, and won our metal venues, and it's now closed down as well, unfortunately. And like 5 years ago, and
that's a problem at the moment with the I mean venues were closing before COVID, so it was like, you know.
Yeah.
Very sad situation at the moment.
This is like 5 years ago. This was when this band were playing. The band's about 5 years ago or something, and maybe 4 or 5 years ago. They're like metalcore. They were really good. We had a kind of resurgence of metalcore back up in Edinburgh. We've had a couple of core bands.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think because the venue that it was Studio 24 was a venue that we lost unfortunately 3 years ago, and that was like one of the sort of one of the flagship venues in Edinburgh. Of course.
Oh no.
Just had so many good metal bands that played there, and so I mean it's unfortunately we kind of ended it off with a metal festival, and so lots of our bands, lots of our homie bands, metal bands played that as well, which is cool. So, but that's the thing. Unfortunately, it's a really good venue, and
we'd love to come and play Edinburgh when definitely.
definitely.
I've been to Edinburgh before. It's a lovely city.
Just from what we can gather, I mean, the scene, like the rock and the metal scene in that in Edinburgh, seems to be a lot more sort of. I mean, it's all right in Leicester, isn't it? But it's like, you know, it's massive. It seems like it's massive in Edinburgh.
Yeah,
it's not. I don't think it's as big as you think it is, but I mean, quite close contact to a lot of the metalheads. I mean, we don't have like frames, or we don't have like Slipknot or Megadeth or Metallica come along play these venues. We wouldn't have like a flagship venue in Edinburgh, home with all these big bands, and so you have to go through Glasgow to see these proper bands.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same sort of in Leicester, really. Like, it's there's not. I mean, the O2 Academy that hosts metal gigs sometimes, but yeah, it's mainly grassroots that. We have.
I mean, the biggest. I think one of the. I mean, apart from Kasabian, who aren't exactly fucking new, and we're not meant to be talking about Kasabian at the moment because of various reasons. But there was a band that came up that played with One Still Standing played with them.
Yeah.
That was Sumo Psycho. They came up to the Soundhouse, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Back in the last year, it was right before lockdown. They came to. They were up and coming. Where are they from? I can't remember.
I think they're either from Canada or America. One of the two.
They're either from the States or Canada. I think they're ringing a bell. They might be Canadian, but they're Canadian. But apart from them, it's like it's kind of the I guess if it's up and coming, if it, you know, there's it's I think Cabin Boy Jump Ship came and played the Shed again.
Yeah, they play the Shed quite a lot.
They're getting quite big.
Yeah, they've been on. Yeah, they've done a few tours, haven't they? With Europe before lockdown.
They came back to Leicester for a home show about a year ago.
Yeah.
So it's. I think it's just there, isn't it? It's not like it's not. I guess it's not like a. It's not like it's not bustling, but it's still there. You know, there's still plenty of bands that are. I mean, the music scene at the moment is, for given the current circumstances, is dead currently. That's just because there's no venues open.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here as well. There's no bands playing at the moment up here as well. So
we're sort of in amongst those trying to I mean, we all support each other as well. So
yeah, it's really good. It's like there's a whole network of support we've got with other bands from Leicester and around sort of the East Midlands. So it's really good.
Yeah, we all sort of help each other out.
Yeah, I think lockdown has been sort of a blessing in disguise though as well, because we have been able to concentrate more on writing. Because when you're gigging constantly, like every weekend or whatever, like you just have no time to write new songs. So
I find it impossible gigging and writing at the same time.
Yeah,
I don't know about you.
So hard.
It's really. Some people can write and gig sort of like on the road and stuff. Yeah. I mean, I have autism myself, and I can only do the one thing.
Yeah. Same. I probably would only do one thing.
Yeah.
One thing at a time, and I would if I was still going as a band, then I would just do one thing. And I just think during a time when our band was still playing, we were kind of doing music, but we were going to get a gig on the go as well. So
yeah.
So one of these things were kind of a wee bit pushed a little bit, I think. But I mean, I think it was just there. We enjoyed. We got there and we got on stage. We enjoyed. We had a great time. We're supporting a couple of homie bands as well, which is a good thing. We opened up for a couple of the homie bands then, of course. So yeah. that's the thing. Hopefully soon enough when around we'll get see these gigs coming back again as well, and it'd be really good to see bands. This is the thing, kind of missing. We're missing the gigs, and I know it'd be good to see bands on the stage again.
Yeah, we're definitely missing gigging. Like.
Well, yeah, we are sort of we're itching to get back and playing again. But it's I mean even without the COVID-19, we have actually I mean it was hard to do any because I mean it's I mean me and Jamie, we write the material and we kind of bounce ideas.
Yeah.
The other two members, my brother is on he plays the drums, and we've got a bass who he lives in Loughborough, which is down the road from where I live. But they're both in the Manchester area at the moment because the bass player is at BIM, and and my brother is in Salford. He's studying media. Is like film production media, so it's sort of impossible anyway. I mean that's kind of what that's why we decided to just write an EP. I mean this is before lockdown. We decided to write an album to just get something out there whilst there aren't. But then of course.
Yeah, because Vex is sort of our first EP since 2017 we released it.
Yeah.
So this is sort of been our first release 3 years. So
that make you feel old.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was really good to get some more material out there, really. So we weren't really booking any gigs before lockdown anyway, so it's not affected too much, but it is still. So it's itching to get out there again.
It sucks that we're not playing, but at the same time, there's nothing stopping us.
Yeah.
From just rolling out tunes and working on new music. Because the way I see it, I mean, I'd like to get back gigging soonish, but it's like we don't know how long. We don't know how long this pandemic. We're in this for the. We're in this for the long haul, really, and live music has got there's a while before it's going to come back again, but that doesn't stop bands from putting their heads together and writing. Because another great example is there's a band in Liverpool called our mates in a band called Reaper. They wrote their latest EP, which it's not been released yet, but they've got a new EP, which is like they exchanged MIDI. They wrote their parts, sort of recording demos on like their own home studios, and they just sent them to each other. I mean, I think it was Daniel Moran, the lead vocalist and guitarist, wrote the he kind of writes an idea, and then I can't remember what the songwriting dynamic is between them, but they all add their own parts, and they've done it all remotely. It's sort of what we've actually got it slightly easier because the other two don't have that much of an influence with the materials. Sometimes Charlie has something to say when it comes to the arranging.
We let him out of the cage.
Sometimes he'll listen to something and say, "Is that section a bit long?" or is that does this really need to be here? Or this would sound really fucking sick if you put this riff here.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time he just does a drum track. But I mean, Tom's great because Tom just wants to play bass.
Yeah.
Tom just wants to play bass. I'll just give him a bass part and he'll go, "All right, yeah."
Yeah. It's very hard to find bass nowadays. Someone that wants to play bass. So.
But he's great, Tom is. But we've had it fairly easy with sort of
We just have Pro Tool sessions to each other basically, and
yeah, it's just us two. Yeah, I mean sometimes it's Pro Tool sessions, sometimes we send stems.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, and then when it's all done, we then send it to our mix engineer who lives in Melton.
Yeah.
Melton Mowbray. So again, another remote contact.
Yeah,
it's all very remote. You know, I mean, it's a way of getting things done. Yeah.
And I'm lucky that we've always worked like that, so it's not made too much of a disruption.
Yeah, we've always worked like that from day one, really, didn't we?
Yeah, basically. I think that's the way it's kind of going now, like with, obviously the internet and everything. So yeah.
Yeah, it's just becoming a cottage industry.
Yeah.
So maybe most bands will be doing that then. Remotely now, it's going to be the way bands do their music.
It depends. Like if you prefer writing in the rehearsal studio, just like together, then fair play. But I think it's easier to write. I mean, and personally, I find it easy to just get my ideas down, give it to George. He puts his ideas down, and then.
Yeah, I can't write in a studio setting when we're all in the same room together. I just can't do it. I have to sit down and I have to go. And then I have a riff idea and then write whatever it is. Come up with a dynamic or a riff. You'll have a riff, Jamie, or a sort of dynamic, and then you'll ask me to write some words to it. And we kind of do a two-way thing. You have suggestions. I have suggestions. I put little bits here and there in there. It's sort of trying to write as a band. I mean, some bands can do it. But I would really, really struggle. Especially
we tried in the past, didn't we? It just didn't work. Like.
Tried it and it was like this. Really
it was with Brown Alive, wasn't it? When we were writing that, we sort of started off just doing it.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't.
It was so stressful.
Yeah, the writing of that song got delayed for like a whole year. Just because of how fucking annoying the process of writing it was. I mean, we didn't. It got the first idea was written. When was it? Probably like March last year.
Yeah,
and it didn't get released until November.
Yeah, that's how long it took to write that song.
Writing it and then mixing it and stuff. I mean, that always takes longer to do anyway. We like to have the songs ready for release way before, just so we decide,
when to actually release it. Like with other, we're working on new stuff as we speak, to be honest. So
we are working on lots and lots of new stuff.
We've got kind of a list of sort of about 30 plus songs to choose from. So
that's a lot to get you dig into as well. All these songs.
It's there's a lot of ideas, but then it's like you kind of shortlist them. So we're just writing all the time, as we say, because there's no gigs or anything. So we just write and write. So we got lots of really exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Coming
soon. Hopefully soon.
Yeah, I definitely look forward to it. And then the case says, and I think it'll be I believe you can guys send it in and I can put it in the show.
Yeah, that'd be great. Actually, yeah.
I believe it was Martin from Bespoke Media actually sent you single and the Fat Cat single. So.
Oh yeah, the guys at Bespoke. Yeah.
Yeah. They've been sending me a few bands actually from here, from the UK, couple of vocals. And he was saying about One Still Standing, they actually sent me their single in as well.
Yeah.
So you might listen out for that as well.
Yeah.
And they must be one of your sort of
Jamie's fucking sick of that song because he's heard it from demo stages.
Yeah, because I'm like friends with their singer. So she's been sharing it with me all along.
It's
a great song.
It's a good track, but it's like,
I've heard it's a bit like it's quite alternative metal or something like it's a bit
There is
like
a vibe to it. Yeah, it's quite the yeah.
Well, RJ, their guitarist, is actually on Fat Cats. He's the guy saying, "Where is my fucking money?"
Yes, yeah. I you know
Yeah.
what? I completely forgot about that because the middle bit that says before it's before the second chorus. It's after the second verse. There's like a break in it, and then somebody says, "Where is my fucking money?" And it gets bleeped for the radio.
yeah.
That's RJ, the guitar.
Yeah.
So
Just because when he goes on a rant and starts swearing, it's just really fucking funny.
It's Cockney. He's from the down south, so you know.
Yeah, he's because we're shitty fucking Midland, that sort of stuff.
Shitty fucking Midlanders, yeah.
we just find anybody with a with the southern that's from down south, that kind of voice. It's just hilarious.
We did want Peggy Mitchell, but she wasn't available, so we had to get RJ instead. Yeah.
Well, definitely, the guys definitely though, and I definitely think One Still Standing will be listening in, no doubt, and give them a name drop or something, then a shout to One Still Standing. They'll be listening.
Yeah. That'd be great.
And you might hear the new single getting played on the show this week.
Yeah.
So definitely keep your eyes open, and that'd be cool. I'm going to ask you. I'm going to actually bring up some of the questions now for you and about the band now and other stuff. And I've got a few questions on my phone that I can ask you guys.
Cool.
And this is the main bit for you guys now. The questions. So how do you guys start the band?
It was at college actually. Me and George were doing a music degree at local college, and then he showed me one of his songs, and I was like, "Yes, need to start a band with this guy. His singing voice is awesome." And we kind of took it from there, really.
Yeah, because I was just I went in there and starting this course, and it was through the conversations that I was having with that group that I discovered that Jamie was writing his own music, and it was like, oh, a rival.
This is stuff you got together.
We sort of exchanged ideas and stuff, and you sent me there's a very old song. This is going to bring back a lot of flashbacks and possibly
not my old songs, Jesus Christ.
Possibly not something that you want to remember particularly, but there was a song called "Devil in Disguise."
Oh God, yeah, I like that song. That was a cool riff.
Oh, well, there we go. It's all right then. I can talk about it as much as I want.
And that was an old song that you guys did back in that time.
Yeah.
Old, yeah.
It was never released actually. We never released that song.
No, it was
live.
Because as the stuff that we were writing, as it kind of evolved, we sort of parked the older stuff to one side. I mean, they were just kind of set fillers for when we played at festivals and stuff. But our style has completely changed from what we started out as, because we started out as a sort of
we were basically Guns N' Roses with like modern metal singer. That's the best way I can describe it.
You got a wee bit of the tad of that going into this day as well. I hear about the hard rock, the modern sound as well.
Yeah, so we kept a little bit of that, but
that's our kind of roots. That's our influence, main influence. But as we listen to more and more bands, like as we discover more and more music, we kind of inject more and more of what we hear into the music, while sort of because we've kind of cracked the whole rock thing now. We can write a rock song, but it's how do you make it so it's
something new?
How do you make rock music for 2020?
Yeah, basically.
How do you make something that was popular in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and in the 90s, and how it's popular now, but it's sort of like less popular than it was. How do we bring what was popular? How do we take that and put it in a 2020 skin, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But
it's constantly evolving, and the more we listen to, the more we both, you know, it's like, oh, I've had this, I've checked this. Jamie will probably, usually the conversation goes, Jamie will say, I've listened to this band, this new band, they're sick, you should listen to them. It sends me a link. I take one look at it and play it, listen to the first few seconds, and I go, well, that's a load of shit. But
Youngblood.
Sometimes I listen to it and I go, oh yeah, I like that. That's quite good for you, Jamie. But
music taste is good. Thank you very much. Yeah, it was mainly where we both listened to Don Broco, didn't we? We were like,
Don Broco was a good middle ground because we started to. It was hard to get into to begin with Don Broco because it's not the sort of thing, you know, the vocalist style especially is something that really grated on me at first. But then as more I listened to it, I kind of got in with the groove of stuff because they're very groove driven. A very groove driven band.
Yes, they're like, they're great.
They're sort of like funk rock with some down tuning, with pop vocals and
synths and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
And some trumpets, you know.
Yeah, there's trumpets in it. Yeah.
I mean, I guess they're not really metal, but they're sort of, they do have their heavy moments.
Yeah, which is good.
Yes.
Yeah. That's just one of the bands that we kind of crossed on, and we thought we should, you know. Yeah, it's all sort of, it's like, I guess it's like research, isn't it, really?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So, are you guys then finished on that question? Then the first question, and you want to say anything else on that as well?
I think we've covered that first question.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty much covered, really. That's kind of
good stuff. And so next up, what genre of music would you play? I think we kind of discussed on that.
Yeah, we did that question. Yeah. We're like
kind of we'll pass on that one as well then.
Yeah.
And so next up, this is another one that you like. What are your music influence?
Don Broco, and then that's it written in Africa.
That's all. So we just
from Don Broco. That's it.
And Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses. Yeah, I mean, they're my favourite bands. I like Marilyn. I like everything really. Marilyn Manson, Youngblood is cool. What about you, George? You like Rammstein, obviously.
Rammstein are kind of the biggest influence, I suppose. I like obviously Don Broco. The later end of the Evanescence back catalogue is quite good as well. Like when they sort of ditched the whole emo thing and try and start and then just went, you know what? Let's write some riff-driven groovy music. You know, I mean, I don't mind their emo stuff. I still really like it. And I listened to their later stuff, and it was like, oh, I really fucking like this. And there was I mean, even pop music as well. You know, some of Billie Eilish's stuff is quite cool. And Youngblood, as you said as well. You know, Youngblood is a weird one because it's, on one hand it sort of irritates me a little bit, but at the same time he is quite likable.
Yeah.
And he Trivium as well. I like Trivium.
Yeah, Trivium are great.
One of the sort of the greats. A lot of the new wave of American heavy metal I can probably get.
There's one
Pantera, but get Lamb of God are pretty good as well. I mean, Lamb of God is one of those that I wouldn't put it on necessarily, but I would definitely get in there in a mosh pit and go absolutely mental. So
they were insane. I mean, I saw them supporting Slayer on the farewell tour, so they were playing supporting. It was just really good to see Lamb of God.
Slayer are another one. Slayer are kind of like, I mean, Slayer are sort of, I mean, it's one of those that I probably watch if they were on, but I wouldn't put them on. it's just a personal taste thing, I think.
Yeah.
I'm into slow, really. So I've got 2 dogs in.
One of them just like going mental.
Yeah. No, actually, my girlfriend is dog. But yeah.
But apart, it's anything with a, I guess how I summarize it is anything with a beat to it, really. Anything that's got a beat to it and a good tune.
Yeah,
as well.
groovy. We like groove.
It helps. It helps if there's a good guitar riff as well.
Yeah.
Like groove, you like a bit of groove metal on that as well.
Yeah, definitely.
And too, you were saying earlier as well. And what about Devil Driver?
I've not listened to a lot of Devil Driver actually. I should probably get onto.
They're similar to sort of like Chimera and Mama God a little bit.
Yeah.
Chimera pretty good as well.
I've been listening to a lot of. This is kind of on instruction from my brother, who's into lots of heavy metal. Sort of. A lot of gent and stuff as well. I mean, he listens to. He used to listen to a lot of Architects and stuff.
Yeah.
Very, very much into. He liked. He liked Engaged and stuff. And now he listens to Wage War and Loathe as well. Loathe are pretty good. I like Loathe. Loathe are probably.
I saw Loathe. They were awesome live.
Yeah.
They
are very, very, very fucking. They've got massive sound.
Yeah.
One band that I'm into at the moment that I've done.
I think he. Oh.
You went down there for a sec.
Am I frozen? Shit.
It's all right. You're good now.
Am I back? How am I doing?
Sound a few times, but it's fine.
Am my hands?
Yeah.
One band that I'm really into at the minute. It's kind of from my brother because he listens to a lot of that sort of the heavier end of metal. But the latest Fit for a King album.
I need to check that out.
It's The Path. It's called. It's if you like any. I mean, they're sort of one of those bands that sort of a lot of their songs were kind of like extended breakdowns, where they just sort of did lots and lots of really heavy riffing and screaming.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes for me it just kind of it's got a little bit tiresome. But I think they've been working with a guy who's taken that sound and told them to basically structure the tunes like pop songs.
Yeah, basically. That's kind of what we do as well. Like we try and not necessarily create a pop song, but structure it in that way.
We used like a pop song template.
Yeah,
in a way. But I think for bands it sort of goes for anybody that's got a good tune and a good beat, really.
Yeah. You can as a metalhead, you can listen to all kinds of metal music, really.
Yeah,
that's what it's about.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say. It's kind of like the same thing with there's a phrase with Star Wars fans. There's a running joke that nobody hates Star Wars like Star Wars fans.
Yeah, exactly.
And I guess it's the same with metal, really. Nobody hates metal like metal fans.
Yeah, there's a lot of division in the metal community, and everyone hating on each other's bands, and it's like we don't have time.
If you like a certain band, you're probably going to hate another band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you like all different metal as well, like
exactly.
And Slipknot as well. They're pretty good as well. Slipknot. I think.
Slipknot are great. Yeah.
I like them as well.
Slipknot. I mean, you can't really go wrong with Slipknot. Even people who claim to not like Slipknot, like
Psycho Social,
listen to it. Yeah. Even people who don't like Slipknot secretly listen to Slipknot on headphones, very, very quietly.
Yeah, because I think
I've just got to make sure that it's as shit as I remember it.
I think they're quite mainstream as well.
Yeah.
They're a lot more mainstream than they were when they started out, which is a good thing because that's it's streams, isn't it? And stream and kind of a bigger market, break out into that.
Yeah.
So that's
And Built from Valentine as well. They're in that sort of category. They're like one of the big bands.
Yeah.
They would do a lot of money for Slipknot as well. Like they're massive and they're from Wales, from a wee town called Bridgend in Wales, apparently. And Bullet from Valentine. So you're quite surprised they're a massive band now. And that was the first band that got me into metal as well.
Yeah.
Respectively, it was them. I mean, and yeah, Bullets are quite like Killswitch Engage. I like the UK Killswitch Engage when you hear that.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's sort of our like influences. That's the word.
So you're just saying that you're going in 5:30 there?
Yeah, is that all right? I've got to go in at 5:30. Yeah. I don't know what to say.
Sorry, we'll get wrapped up in but that gives us 10 minutes, I think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Do you want us to finish the interview for then?
Have you got any more questions for us?
Yeah, I've got a few. I want to say something about hobbies and interests now.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
This is then like
we'll just not waffle. We won't waffle on quite as much as we have been.
Yeah, that's okay.
I play guitar. That's my hobby.
Do you play?
Music's not a proper job. It's just a hobby.
No, it's just a hobby. Oh.
Yeah.
No. That's very much a fucking job for me. I get regularly. I mean, music is my life. I do it all the time. So it's great to break away and do some other shit. Like, I mean, when the swim. I mean, there was a risk. I mean, it's sort of. I used to. I mean, before COVID, I used to swim a lot. But then, of course, I mean, the pools are open, but I don't really fancy getting in the pool with a bunch of potential fucking COVID carriers. It's like well, it's sort of in that it's a very humid environment. It's like I don't really do that at the moment.
Gaming though, like I like Minecraft.
Oh yeah, a lot of gaming. Yeah,
big gaming. Yeah, Soma and PS4 pretty much. Then, do you play a bit of? I don't know if you play WWE or that WWE2K.
No, I never played that. No.
I mean, the few there was one game that I played around. I think back in the day, I think my brother might have a game that's sort of like that. I was always shit at them. So,
like the old Lost versus Snapdown or something, Show Your Mercy or something
like that.
I like Red Dead Redemption 2. That's a good game.
That's a good game. I've never played that one.
Oh, it's good. It's basically sort of Grand Theft Auto but on horse.
Yeah. Same developers. They do some insane games.
Yeah.
Just a pity that we didn't get It's a pity that we didn't get the GTA 6. It was just
it's going to come out soon though.
Absolutely shit that they shouldn't have expanded the current game for the new console.
One of those Red Dead 2 is kind of one of those games where it takes you 700 years to play.
It's so good though. It's just amazing. Like,
I have actually downloaded it because I bought it for my partner, and she's still yet to play it, and it's downloaded on the
on your Xbox.
On the
PlayStation.
PS4.
Yeah.
PS4
the one you went for.
So you're outnumbered, you heathen.
I'm getting a PS5, all right.
Everyone will be getting their PS5s very soon, no doubt. And
my girlfriend was actually she stayed up to about 3 a.m, waiting for the pre-order on Argos, and the website crashed.
I guess in everyone.
Oh no! Yeah.
There's going to be a man's cave with them or something.
Everyone's like, "Why has it crashed?" Oh.
You get the PS5.
Yeah. I mean, I won't be in a PS5, but it's just because just money wise, I've still got music gear to buy and all that sort of shit. So and I've got a few bills to pay, but maybe at some point. But I'm pretty content with my Switch at the minute. I'm currently making my way through Super Mario 3D All Stars, which is quite cool. I mean, everyone like
Mario is awesome.
You know, everyone like, you know, slated the fact that the Mario Galaxy 2 wasn't on that in with those games. But honestly, I don't care, because I never actually got to play Super Mario Galaxy, and I finally got to play it. So
I used to play Mario back in the day. I was a bit of a Mario geek as well, but not as much.
Well, I'm still on. I still go on. I've got a Nintendo 64. I still go on that sometimes.
Yeah, I had that back in my early days as well. It was one of the games I played. Yeah, PS4 now, and I've been sticking around playing a bit of the new Tony Hawk's remake game that they released out very recently.
Yeah.
And skateboarders and that, and enjoy a bit of skateboarding, virtual skateboarding, and you can play a bit of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. I've been sticking around with the new remake game. It's pretty good actually. Consistent. It sold 1 million copies in its first week as well, so I'm quite surprised. It's going to be probably one of the best games of this year, I guess, at the moment.
Yeah.
And so I've stuck with the line of that a wee bit, and I play a wee bit of racing games as well. So
nice.
Got Gran Turismo. I'm waiting for. I'm probably going to. When I do get a PS5, I might get the new GT7 game for sure.
Yeah,
I think that's going to be quite good.
Brother, if you liked that sort of gaming thing, I mean, I don't know whether you're probably into the. If you're a PS4 dude, you're probably not gonna. It's probably not gonna apply. But we, me and Charlie, the drummer in the band, we did some streams on Twitch of Halo Combat Evolved. And
pretty funny.
I don't play Halo actually, so.
But well, to be fair, it's less about Halo and more about the fucking complete incompetence of fucking playing between me and Charlie, and the way it's been, because we record it while we're streaming.
Yeah.
And then Charlie edits them, and basically memes them. So he just edits them in a stupid way.
I think me and you are on about doing a Minecraft Twitch stream at some point.
We wanted a Minecraft thing at some point. That'd be quite cool. I've got to get it working on my Switch. Got to get the online thing up and running, but hopefully we'll be doing that. But on Rawkus Redz UK on our YouTube, if you look at the I think the latest few videos are parts 1 to 4 of the Halo. Of the Halo videos, and they are fucking funny, to be fair.
I'll take that out, guys.
Yeah. I mean, it's sort of less about the if you want to hear like the cutscenes of Halo, and don't bother watching it, because a lot of the time we go for it by talking. We just talk shit. But yeah.
Our YouTube channel has also got pretty much all of our music videos on it.
Yeah, we've got music videos.
Anyway,
all of our videos
on the channel as well. You got your music as well. Of course, I worked up earlier, so I saw music and I saw the streams, so you kind of have that in between as well.
All our music's on YouTube as well. It's not on our channel, but it's on like it's called Rawkus Redz Topic. It's one of those.
Yeah. So, all generated YouTube videos that you see. Every band I think's got that. It's like a Spotify thing for YouTube or something. So many videos like that.
It's basically for people who don't have Spotify or any streaming platform and don't use that. So
yeah. So we'll move on to a couple more questions before we wind it off then. So I'll ask you something then about if you got any plans, if you got any dream gigs you like to play in that, and where would you like to play about?
Dream gigs. I think definitely.
Don't say download. Don't say download. Download is the dream. Yeah.
That is the dream, definitely.
Getting the big stage in that,
Even like Slam Dunk, that'd be cool.
Slam
Dunk's got heavy.
I've never seen any. I've never been to Slam Dunk, but apparently it's quite. Quite good.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
There's a few bands that I know that I've got mates in that have played at Bloodstock.
Yeah, Bloodstock. That'd be cool as well. Yeah.
Bloodstock, I went there a couple of years ago actually, and that's where I saw.
It was Reaper played Bloodstock.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
Back in 2017, they played Bloodstock.
Yeah.
I saw Gojira at Bloodstock in 2018.
Oh, that's awesome. Gojira are good. Yeah.
Yeah. You like the new song? The new song's not too bad.
I've heard, their new song's pretty good, isn't it? I've heard that. They just sort of just didn't. They sort of just dropped it without telling anyone. It was like,
yeah.
Like,
and then there'll be a new album out soon, I reckon, as well. Hopefully.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. Yeah, I got into Gojira a few months ago. They're pretty cool.
They're a great band, eh? And Magnus pretty sick. And
yeah.
One of my friends that actually went to Bloodstock together. He was a bit of a Gojira fan, so that's why we went together.
Oh, nice. Awesome. Yeah. Live. Yeah.
I love that.
There was so much different back in the early days as well when they were playing this sort of techie metal, and they would have parts the chains as well.
Every time I see, there's this one meme that keeps coming around on the internet, and that keeps on circulating. Every time I see it, it makes me I just piss myself laughing every single time. It's like it's that nobody meme format, that nobody, and then Gojira, and it's just a picture of a fucking whale coming out of the sky. Gojira breakdowns.
Yeah. Right.
Fucking wet. Somebody referred to it as whalecore.
Whalecore. That's a pretty good description of it, to be fair.
So whalecore's where Gojira would play the genre.
Yeah. Whalecore. That's
whale.
I think they played them flying. Did they play Flying Whales during? I think they played that during Buzzstock as well.
Yeah.
It's a great track.
Awesome.
I think it's one of the top ones or something. And they got I think Stranded is pretty good as well.
Yeah.
So that's so good.
That's our sort of dream gigs, I think. Like downloads. There's any rock and metal festival.
Buzzstock, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
You can maybe play around the world some time as well. Like you venture out the UK and go to Europe or something, do a bit mini tour, European tour.
Cool. Yeah.
But talking about that, you got plans for a tour?
Not in the time being, no. Just because obviously
we flirted with the idea before lockdown, didn't we? But then we decided not to on the basis that we were going to complete the EP and stuff, and then of course.
Hopefully in the future.
The elephant's in the room, but it's kind of halted any plans for any tours or anything like that at this stage.
But hopefully, sort of in the future, we'll be able to.
Never say never, but
We'll come up.
That'd be cool to come to Edinburgh though. Like
we'll come up. You guys will come up here. So stay now where you can maybe play.
Yeah, be awesome. Yeah.
We'll film with the Bannermans or something. It's like a sort of two venues that we have some metal bands that come along the UK.
Oh, nice, awesome. Yeah, but they're definitely cool to go to Edinburgh.
Yeah, you'll probably get booked now one of these ones. So.
Oh, nice, awesome.
Yeah. But I've got a few more questions. And I've not asked you about your guitars and instruments you guys use. That's an important one.
I mainly use PRS now. PRS guitars, they're pretty cool. Amp wise, we both have these Rocktron amp emulator things.
We use Voodoo valves. They're
Voodoo valves,
because they're kind of like they're valve preamp
campers.
Sort of, yeah. They're basically it's a preamp. It's a preamp that kind of hooks up to a cab, but it's also got a cab simulator on it as well.
Yeah.
And so you can use it without a cab.
You can just go straight into the PA, or you can plug it into a power amp. Like
there's digital signal processing as well. So there's all the effects are built in as well.
Yeah, it's just really helpful not having a massive pedal board live. It's just
guitar wise, I have a
lot.
I feel a little bit like a fucking a little bit like a tech whore at the moment.
Yeah,
I have a lot of instruments. There's there's probably can, I don't know if you can see any behind me, but I've got the most recent one was a PRS, PRS Gold Top. This fucking thing here, which is like, how fucking glam is that? Look at it.
That's sick. You get away to pull something, that's still pretty glam as well.
Yeah, I have that same guitar, just in, it's kind of like a tobacco sunburst. It's really nice.
Yours is pretty nice.
I went for the option.
A lot less. Well, yours is just less ostentatious, which is actually funny because you're actually more into glam than I am.
Yeah, exactly.
Water crew and stuff like grass diet or something.
Aside from that, I have I've got 2 ESPs. This one's a really rare one. For fuck's sake. Sorry, the PRS was sitting on it. There we go. This is an Ethos. There's only like 3 of these made in the world, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty good guitar.
This is one of 3 Ethos Washingtons, and there's you can't like the guy who the luthier who used to make these guitars has now since packed up. He's shut up shop now. He's not making guitars anymore. But that's that was a interesting one. Yes, so that's
pretty cool.
Basically, our gear.
Yeah, and of course we do have we said about pedal boards as well, but we do use Digitech whammy pedals.
Yeah.
For stuff like detuning, and as well as sort of.
I've got a POG too for octave stuff. Because we do like octave in some of our songs, so it just sounds really neat.
To alter the sound of like the guitar in that sort of way with like adding an octave on it, or sometimes if you're playing in one tuning of a song, we'll then take the tuning all the way down to a using the whammy. So it would be playing drop. You'd be playing drop 8 a minute, and then we'll just there'll be there'll be points in the songs where we'll go down to like low E, like low tuning.
Yeah. So it's sort of simulating like an 8-string or a 7-string, but like not actually using a 7-string.
Yeah. It's sort of so it's a way of getting an 8-string sound without forking out 800 quid for an 8-string.
Yeah. Be like my sugar or something.
Yeah.
that's the sort.
Oh, it's gone.
They look awesome, but they're also ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I think we just prefer playing 6 strings as well.
Yeah.
So if there's a way to cut cost and to cut the amount of hassle that there is involved.
The Bible says 6 strings only.
Well, your Bible that you wrote today.
That everyone should read.
But I think even architects, I don't know what about now, but they used to play on 6 strings, but they used to had a really weird tuning. They had I think they were in drop the low F sharp on the top, on the lowest string was an F sharp, so they had like an octave thing. That's a really weird tuning. But
you don't get many bands that do that, eh? They usually drop D or drop C or just there. And drop D is a bit easier to play as well when you're playing a bit of Wham or God or something. It feels a lot simpler if you're just doing that with the fingers.
It's that freedom of that's why somebody decided to do it. I don't know who it was, but somebody just decided. Somebody decided I can't be bothered with barring everything. I'm gonna drop this down to a D, and then I'm gonna use 2 fingers to do that, and it's one of the best things.
It's the best invention ever since sliced.
Yeah. But guys, I think we'll probably wind off very soon. I've got a few more questions and.
Okay.
Probably one more, I think, if you guys want to call it a day. But I mean, you got anything for the listeners to say?
Check our music out on Spotify and any streaming platform that you can get your hands on, really.
Yeah. Follow us on
social media as well.
Social media.
Follow us
on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
on Twitter. All of our social media handles. I mean, we've got at those Rawkus Redz for Instagram and Twitter. We are on. We have one video on TikTok if you're interested.
I don't use TikTok at all.
At those Rawkus Redz. Our YouTube, Rawkus Redz UK. We have a website as well, which has all the social media widgets on it as well. rawkusredzuk. Check that out. rawkusredzuk. Did I freeze again?
Yeah, frozen.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, rawkusredzuk. All our music is on there.
Yeah.
The sorry, my throat's really dry. So it's got all music, all the videos are on there too. Some nice pictures of us, and of us looking good. So looking nice.
Got our only fans cat now, haven't we?
Well, definitely take you guys out and definitely get some more songs played and that as well on the show.
Yeah, our latest EP, Vexed, is that's where the song Fat Cats is from. Is
yes. 5-track EP, Vexed, with a super meaty cover of Rag and Bowman's Human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's quite
good.
Yeah. Vexed with
That's
2 X's.
Yeah, Vexed with 2 X's.
Good stuff. Good stuff,
awesome.
guys. I really enjoyed this.
Yeah, me too. Thanks for having us.
Good.
I'll get this on the on YouTube as well, so you guys will be able to watch back and
okay, awesome.
make sure you share it or make sure you give it a share on social media platforms.
Yeah, we'll share it on social media.
You can check out. Don't forget to check me out on my channel, of course, here Headbanger. Give me a subscribe, give me a like, and comment down below as well.
Yeah.
It's good to get another interview done. I've not done one for a few months now, so I'm going to try and do some more. Keep doing it. You never know, I might get one still standing on the Skype. Maybe you can pass word towards them, because I think they would definitely appreciate getting us a call in as well. So I'm sure we'd be up for that. I'm sure they'll definitely be up for doing that.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys will be able to hear my shows as well since I've got them off on Mixcloud. You can catch them up anytime as well. So
awesome. Yeah. Okay, cool.
So I'll get some more local bands as well. So
excellent.
So
awesome.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
But thank you very much, guys.
Right.
I really appreciate you taking the time. I hope take it easy, my friends, and I'll hopefully catch you very soon. So
catch you soon.
Thank you very much. See you later.